world of cybersecurity. What is cybersecurity? Now, cybersecurity is just the protection of individuals, organization, and governments from digital attacks. So what we are protecting is digital, and to an extent, we are also protecting something physical, right? Because our digital life is connected to our physical life. But on a personal level, you need to safeguard your identity, you need to safeguard your computer, you need to safeguard your data. You can't just allow your data flying around. So as we dive deeper, you're going to understand what your online identity is, right? So as an organization or as an organizational level, it's important for organizations to protect their assets, their reputation, their data, and that of their customers. Then when it comes to the government, it's even broader. Um, Information, the government has information about all its citizens. So that's where um, more information can even be gotten, more data can be gotten, even from the personal level up to the governmental level. So where national security is of concern, economic stability, and the well-being of citizens are a very huge concern when it comes to protecting the government or protecting data with the government. So when it comes to protecting your personal data, like I said, there's something called your online identity. Many people don't know that they have an online identity. They feel maybe because I'm not in social media, I don't have an online identity. So there's an offline identity, which is your real and your personal life, your life in school, your life at work, your life in whichever environment you find yourself, maybe an airport, all right, you have a physical identity, right? Before you get passed through an international airport, you'll be required to um, have a visa, which is more like an approval, and that approval is done on your national ID, all right? And your national ID has your information such as your full name, your age, your address. So all these information make up your offline identity. Then your online identity is your presence online, all right? Your identity in the digital space. So whenever you open up a search engine, whenever you open up your device or use your device to access the internet, you are being identified. All right. So you have an IP address. We're going to dive deeper into that when you go through the networking part of cybersecurity. So you have your MAC address. So every device has a MAC address, which is actually like the physical address of a person. And your online identity can also be your username, your online account. If you're on Facebook, if you're on IG, you have a username that you would usually tell people to follow. So you should also take care of the limits and limit the amount of information of that you review online. You should always take care to limit the amount of information that you review on your online social media accounts. All right, be careful not to always include things like your physical address, right, and things like your personal information, like your bank or your card information. And be careful not to always sell everything that you have physically online because hackers are watching. Tell you. Then, when it comes to your personal data, we can break this down into different levels or different areas, right? Because cyber criminals use this information to identify or impersonate you. So when a cyber criminal has every of your data, it can impersonate you. It can use your identity to carry out um, an illegal activity, and you'll be held responsible for it because it is you that would be seen, not the attacker. So hacker can get hands on your personal data through your medical record, your educational record, and your employment and financial record. Medical record is what your hospitals have or your HMOs if you have them. Um, at every point you see a doctor, your record is being updated. At every point you um, go to the hospital for medical advice or for complaints, all right, for consultancy, your record is always updated. Then your education record contains every information about your academic qualifications, achievements, and activities. All right. It can also include your contact information. It can also include your attendance record, your disciplinary reports, your health record, as well as your special education record. And your employment and financial record can give attackers information about your financial status. All right. So if a hacker gets his hands on your financial record, he can determine or predetermine the when you have money, when you don't have money. All right. When money is being transferred to your accounts, you can have your tax record, which may include your paychecks, credit card statements, your card rating, your bank account details, all right, your credit rating rather. And when attackers have this information and they have your personal data, they could impersonate you and obtain a loan in your identity. See why you need to protect your personal data. But now, we're speaking data. Where exactly is your data? So imagine that yesterday you shared a couple of photos to your of your first day at your new job with a couple of friends. Now, before you took that photo, or when you took that photo, you were the only person that had that photo, but now you've um, sent copies to friends, which is now available on your mobile device and the mobile device of your friends. Let's assume there were five friends. So now these five friends, they live in various locations across the world. Now all your five friends downloaded a copy of photo which you sent them, and one of your friends was so proud of you and they decided to post and share that particular photo of your achievements online, maybe on Facebook or on Instagram. Now that particular image is no longer just with you, it's no longer just in your device, it has spread around the world because it has been dropped on the internet. All right, many people or many or a million others now have access to that particular image. They now have access to your photo. They now know how you look like. So hackers now see you online and they can take advantage of your online identity. They just need to search further and dig deeper to get more information about you, information about your um, health or financial record, carry out a um, specific or strategic attack. But what's more, um, that's just one example. That's just one example. So there are different laws that protect your privacy and data in your country. But when you're signing up for social media, do you actually read the terms and condition, terms of service, or you just scroll past everything and um, click on I agree, I agree. I know nobody likes to read. Everybody just likes to tick the checkbox immediately. So, but do you know where your data is? So, following the appointment with your doctor, right, your medical record is always being updated. So, for billing purposes, this information may be shared with your insurance company, it may be shared with your HMO, right? And in such cases, your medical record or part of it is now accessible by your insurance company, right? Another example is your store loyalty card, which may be a convenient way for you to save money or save money on your purchase. But this loyalty card may store or build a profile on you concerning your purchasing behavior, um, what you like to buy, how often you buy stuff. Now, this information or this data can be shared with marketers or marketing partners to um, customize ads for you. All right. Have you ever been online and or you find out that something you like was popping up as an ad to you? Now, that's just a typical example because your data has been shared with marketers, so they are now targeting you for a particular um your information is now in a particular pool of data for market purposes or marketing purposes. All right. Let's look at smart devices. Consider how long or how often you use your smart devices, your phone, your laptop, right? Your tablet, your smart glasses, your smart refrigerator, and all that. So unless you have chosen to receive paper statements, you probably access digital copies of your bank statements via your bank website or via your bank's mobile app. And when paying a bill, it is highly likely that you transfer required funds via your mobile banking applications. But besides allowing you to access your information, computer devices can now also generate information about you. Your wearables, such as your smartwatches, your activity tracker, collects your data, all right, for clinical research. All right. You also have patient health monitors. Remember, you have fitness applications that you can connect with your smartwatches. Now, this smartwatch actually shares data with those fitness applications for checking your or tracking your well-being. Now, that is your data going into a third party already. It's not just yours. Then, as the global fitness tracker market grows, so also does the risk of your personal data grow too. Let's look at identity theft, not content with stealing your money for short-term financial gain, right? So, cybercriminals don't just want your data or your money for just a period of time. They are looking for long-term gain, right, from you. So once they have your data, they just don't want to gain once and let you go. They want to just keep gaining. All right. There's also medical theft, right? Raising medical costs has led to an increase in medical identity theft, with cyber criminals stealing medical insurance as to use the benefits for themselves. So when they know that you have medical insurance attached to your profile. So they might steal your identity and use your identity to have access or privileged access to what you have privileged access to. All right. So when this happens, any medical procedure carried out in your name will then be saved in your medical record. So imagine you have a HMO which covers some operations that are costly. Then a cyber attacker uses your information because he knows you do not imagine you don't actually have need for that particular surgery, but they know someone that is in need, or maybe someone close to them is in need of that particular surgery. They now steal your identity and um use it as a means to subsidize the cost of that surgery for their close friend. Then in the banking industry, stealing private data can help cybercriminals access bank accounts, credit cards, social profiles, and other online accounts. So armed with this information, an identity theft could file a fake tax return and collect the refund. And they could even take out loans in your name and ruin your credit rating. And this can also ruin your life as well. But who else wants your data? It's not just cybercriminals who seek your personal data. Other people seek your personal data. People like your internet service providers, your advertisers, search engines, and social media platforms and websites you visit. Let's look at the internet service provider, which can also be called the ISP. The ISP track your online activity. In some countries, they can sell this data to advertisers for profits. In certain circumstances, ISPs may be legally required to share your information with government surveillance agencies or authorities. Then for advertisers, targeting advertising is part of the internet experience. Remember I gave the previous example, right? Um, have you ever noticed that posts you like on Facebook or IG, right, would always cause similar posts to reappear on your feed? That's the same way advertising work. So when these advertisers get your data, get your spending habits, all right, they know that, oh, he loves to buy chocolates. Then they've gotten a new brand of chocolates, right? And they've created an ad, they are going to target that ad to you because they know that buying chocolate is part of your spending habits. But how did they get the information? From um, third parties, all right, or from the stores that you have loyalty cards with. Then on the search engine platforms or social media platforms, they gather information about your gender, your geolocation, your phone number, and political and religious ideologies based on your search history and online identity. So this information can also be sold to advertisers for profit. Then for the websites you use, sometimes um, these websites use cookies to track your activity and provide more specialized experience. But this cookie data leaves trails that are linked to your online identity and can often end up in the hands of advertisers. No wonder you see all the ads you see.